Fish is a very important part of a balanced diet. It's important because it's full of protein, but it also contains the long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, which are important for your own health and well-being.
But it's safe to say that already today we are at the very edge of what we can get out of our oceans in a sustainable way, whereas the growing world population will only demand more. Fish oil actually is a terrific source of omega-3, EPA and DHA. The problem with fish oil is that there simply isn't enough of it. There's no way that we can get enough fish oil out of our oceans to meet the growing demand without unacceptable overfishing. The world is screaming for sustainable fish oil alternatives, and that's where Veramaris comes in. We went back to the primary source of omega-3, EPA and DHA, which was originally produced by microalgae, amazing little creatures in the ocean invisible for the eye. We at Veramaris have mastered the technology to cultivate these microalgae at large scale in a huge algae farm here in Nebraska. And as you can see, it's an industrial setup with all the typical benefits of producing in a fully controlled environment. Full traceability, totally clean, consistency and reliability of supply, unlike marine or vegetable oils. We have collected well over 6,000 different algae strains from the wild and only found a handful that make both EPA and DHA. And remember, good health really requires both. Veramaris oil is unique that it is the only fish oil alternative with both EPA and DHA at a very high potency. And Veramaris oil is fully ASC-MSC certified.
1 ton of Veramaris algal oil yields the same amount of EPA DHA omega-3 of up to 66 tons of forage fish.
I'm Therese Log-Bergjo. I'm CEO of Skretting, and I'm also sitting on the management board of Nutreco. Partnerships across the value chain are crucial to develop and move the industry forward. And with Veramaris, who is having a substitute for a very important ingredient that we have in our aquaculture industry, we've had a long relationship. We've tested products. We worked together for many years, actually. And now we are at the verge of scaling up. It could not have been done by Skretting alone. It could not have been done by Veramaris alone. It has to connect the dots across the value chain. I want to see an industry that is growing, but for the industry to grow, we need to do it in a sustainable, responsible manner. And we can only do that through R&D, that we know what we are doing, through transparency in the value chain, and also through excellent collaborations across the value chain.
My name is Alex Oberg, and I am the Innovation Director in Skretting. What we have been doing through our strong collaboration over the last few years with Veramaris, we have been testing the algae oil from Veramaris. When we test ingredients in Skretting, we try to assess 4 parameters. The first one being that the ingredient has to be safe, so it's about food safety. The second one is about sustainability. The ingredient has to be sustainable. It has to be also nutritional, so we assess the nutritional value. And last but not least, also the functionality of the ingredient, how we can add it into the feed. And the good thing, with Veramaris is that the algae oil from Veramaris ticks the 4 boxes.
My name is Tor Eirik Homme. I work for Grieg Seafood. It's a fish farming company doing salmon. We are now in Rogaland in one of our sites. You see behind me 8 cages that is full of salmon. From a nutrition point of view, the most important thing is that we got the fish so robust as possible to cope with these challenges. We try to boost up the diet. We can do that in different ways, and one of these ways is actually to increase one very important source, that is the omega-3 level. The omega-3 level, and the most important part of the omega-3 is DHA and EPA.
Veramaris is supporting the sustainable growth of aquaculture through providing access to omega-3, EPA and DHA, which are critical for the health, welfare of the animals, for the quality of the products that are being produced, and all of this contributes to the productivity of salmon farming as a sustainable food system.
It's an affordable, alternative source of EPA DHA with a superior profile to other animal nutrition sources of omega-3. It has the highest lipid potency available on the market today, 65%. It promotes growth of the aquaculture industry without increasing demand for limited marine sources.
It was obvious that one day the demand for fish oil would outgrow the supply. This is why we created Veramaris. Just recently, this lack of fish oil has become very prevalent, and as a result we are growing very fast. We foresee that we will meet the limits of our current setup in the coming year, which is why we are preparing for expansion.
I love my job because it brings me to places like this on the beautiful west coast of Norway, working with people who inspire me and who are driven by sustainable development and want to produce healthier food for people to thrive and enjoy their lives together with their families.